Hey all, it is Glam Rebecca, and in today's video we are doing a Steam reactions. I haven't done one of these in a while, and it's because I've been super busy trying to keep bills paid because I'm the only one working right now. So in today's video we are doing a Steam reactions of a game called Manor Lords. It was on my little Steam pop-up. Here's my little pop-up. So this was the second one. I've got this one here, which is like a franchise sale, the Manor Lords. And then there's a few other things. These are all like publisher sales, but this was like the only like game on here. And I was kind of intrigued by it. So I clicked it. And I do have a couple of other games on my list that I've seen some people talking about lately. And a game that I keep seeing videos of on Instagram that I'm curious about. So I do have a couple of Steam reactions from those that I will be doing soon as well. So if you're interested in watching those, then keep watching. I'm going to roll my intro really quick, and then we're going to jump into these. Okay, so for Manor Lords, it said, Manor Lords is a medieval strategy game featuring in-depth city building, large-scale tactical battles, and complex ergonomical and social simulations. Rule your lands as a medieval lord. The season pass, the weather changes, the city rise and fall. Now, this game says it came out in April of 2024, so it did come out this year. It says recent reviews are very positive with 3,540 recent reviews, and there are 53,129 all reviews, which tells me that this game has been out for quite a while with an 87% positive review. And they have a ton of fucking websites. When I was pulling details for this game, I was like, oh my God. Normally there's like a website or YouTube or like, of course, a Steam link and stuff like that. This game, and I'll scroll down really quick just to show you. Look at all this shit. Their website, Discord, Reddit, YouTube, X, which is Twitter, Blue Sky, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, something called Bilibili. I didn't even know what the fuck this is. They've got QQ, which, most of anything that I see QQ on, I know is normally a scam, so I stay the fuck away from it. They even have a LinkedIn. By the way, they don't have any jobs. I did look. But when I clicked on LinkedIn, I found that I had 3 new messages that I hadn't seen yet, so I had to respond to those. So I was like blown away at all the different social medias and like websites that they had, which is unreal for a video game. Just gonna like put that out there. So this game is currently on sale. It does say that it's in early access, and I know Steam has a new rule about early access and like offers and some new rule that Valve has come out with. And Michael had done a video recently on Bellular Gaming, and I know Asmongold had covered that as well. I will leave their videos linked down below if you're curious as to what I'm talking about if you don't know. But games that are in like early access, early release, or they have like promotions and or like bundle kits that you can buy, and the game devs like don't ever like publish a legit game after a certain amount of time. Valve has made it so that basically the publishers get penalized for not doing what they've promised their purchasers. So when a game developer puts a game on Steam with a price tag and they offer certain incentives for certain things like upgrades and packs and founders kits and shit like that, and they don't live up to whatever they have promised their people that purchase said items, and they say, oh, well, this will be launching in such and such time and such day and whatever. Valve has made it now that they give them like a certain amount of time as an extension past the deadline that the game had given them initially in order to give out that them a buffer to get that released. If the game devs fail to comply with their own deadlines, then Valve will penalize them for that failure, which honestly I think is a good idea. As somebody who buys games and buys some of these upgrades and stuff, I think it's a great idea. And other people have spoken up about it as well, and they also think it's a great idea. So good on them for doing that. So this game is currently on sale until December 19th. So I'm going to get this edited as soon as I get done filming this and get this up as soon as possible. This is currently on sale for 30% off. It originally retailed for $39.99. It is on sale for $27.99. Now this is not a big enough discount for me to personally want to buy it. I usually look at like 50 to like 75% discounts when I'm buying games, unless it's something like I absolutely have to have, then I usually buy something. And it looks like somebody named Thought Matrix already has this, and I think I remember who this person is. And then of course Jason already wants this game as well. So, and then there are bundles that you can buy. This bundle here, of course, I'll have in the description box. It says I already own one of the 6 games that are offered in this bundle. And then there's this bundle here, which is got 12 items in it. It says I own one of the 13 items. So I would get a slightly larger discount if I bought this bundle. So, but yeah, there's like 13 games in here. There are 6 games in this one. And then, I mean, some of the artwork on this is really kind of cute. We'll get into some of the, and it looks like, oh, these, okay, Norland, I think I've done a review of. That looks familiar. That, oh, well, yes, I own that one. So that one says it's in my library. I also have Civilizations. That must be the one that they're saying is, you know, one that I already own. So I just want to see. These are only like the past 30-day reviews. So if this game came out only in like April, whoa, 22,000 reviews in May. And it was, again, if you look at the top, it says April 26, 2024. So maybe that is accurate because this is early access. That was what I was curious about, because they've got, look at this, 30,874 reviews. So most of the reviews come from May. And then they've got little piddly reviews here and there, and then they've got more now. So I wanted to see like exactly when it was released, because this is early access. Well, so I'm guessing this number is accurate. So there's 2 videos here, and then that's it. So let's watch a trailer or 2, and then we'll go over the pictures. I am curious. On YouTube, when I like click the link to grab the link off of YouTube, it did have a short video that played that I had to pause really quick because I didn't want to watch it, that I was like, oh shit. So I have not seen these yet, but I am curious because I like stuff like this normally. Oh, by the way, it says it is a strategy, simulation, historical, RTS, and sandbox game. So let me play a trailer. Hang on. I got to big size it. Deer looks pretty real. Build your own town. Okay. Building roads. Farmland looking stuff. Raise your prosperity. Settlement level increased. Orchard. That's kind of cool.
Carrots, cabbages, turnips.
Look at solid and stuff. What kind of building is that? Apartment? Gather your horses. Who are we fighting? I hate how there's a fucking church in the middle of it, though. hate how religion kind of runs all these fucking games. But in medieval times, that's kind of how shit was. Everybody was fighting over whose god stick was bigger. Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, you better run, you bunch of pussies. What a mess. But I mean, that's kind of how fights were back then, so. Tudor-looking buildings there. Some forget-me-nots in the field. Now let me go back here for a minute. Alright, as they're building the city... See this? This is what I'm talking about. They're building everything in like a circular motion, but everything is centered around a fucking church. I hate how a lot of these games center everything around a religion. Even Frostpunk does that. And as somebody who is pagan, I hate being forced to play games. Well, I'm not being forced to play a game, but in a video game, you are forced to have Christian religious shit shoved down your throats. When these people, all they did was bastardize stuff from other religions and steal from other religions and murder anybody that didn't want to follow their ways. And Christians stole from other religions just so they could convert the masses. And anybody that knows the history of Christianity should know that. And that is one thing I really don't like about game developers is I know that this is supposed to be something that's like historic and, you know, this is kind of like England in the upcoming kind of era. And that's why this is built the way it is. But to be honest, shit like this grinds my gears. And there are so many games that I'm seeing come out lately with all these religious undertones to it. And I hate it. I hate it. I wish people would leave religion out of the video games because I don't want to play video games with religious shit in it.
You have been chosen to govern a land of great peril and promise. It has suffered long from the scourge of banditry, but there is another threat, an illegitimate baron who claims the northern territories as his own. Will you...
An illegitimate baron. So basically, some dude went and got his dick wet, and they're saying that he is not the rightful heir, so he doesn't have a claim to be the baron. Is that what they're saying? So basically, either the woman that the land person married either couldn't have children or did have children, and either they didn't survive or whatever, because in this era, women and children didn't usually live past childbirth very long. So that's what I'm assuming here. Or that the woman, he either raped the woman or had his fun with her and then tossed her aside and the child was born out of wedlock. Is that what I'm understanding? Again, Christian religious bullshit. Got it.
You prove yourself worthy of this honor, or will you perish by the traitor's steel?
That was scrawny looking. Down first and then they're putting thatch over it, because usually thatched roofs do not have a wood base behind it. It's usually just thatch. I mean, of course there's framing underneath, but there's not usually a wood base and then thatch over it.
Here we go, boys!
Okay, so I'm guessing that was a rabbit. but if I had archers, I would hang back, you know, a good 10, 20 feet in front of them, of course, but I would hang back and let my archers take out as many people as they could. But that's just me. So supposedly they're saying that some bastard is trying to like take over stuff is what they're claiming. All right, let's look at these photos. I mean, I do like the game design. I hate the religious undertones in it. There's a fucking church there. And again, when you build a thatched roof house, you do minor like A-framing kind of stuff over it. Or I mean under it. And then you build the thatch right on top. You do not normally build... But when they do a thatched roof, there's not normally like wood underneath of the thatching. It would defeat the purpose of a thatched roof. But, you know, I guess they didn't think about that. And they still have thatched roofs in a lot of regions of the world. So maybe they should have done their research on how a thatched roof is built. The artwork on this is actually really well done. These are Tudor style buildings. This type of design with the accenting and stuff on the different stories. Especially with like the overhang where like this is set back and then this story is set more forward, because you can see right here this is set more forward, and then even the upper floors are set even further like forward, so they kind of like overhang, so these are like stepped down so that this is like covered and protected a little bit from the weather. So like you have a wall and then a step and a wall and then a step and then a wall, how the buildings were done back then. And it kind of the way that the weather would come in and kind of at an angle and stuff, because it rains a lot in England. So it's just the way that they're built. But it also protected the openings and stuff between the windows and the doors, and because they didn't have like awnings or overhangs or porches or anything like that. So that's how they protected their doors. It's a really neat looking game. It's definitely like a builder kind of game, but I'm like, it doesn't say anything about quests or anything in it, so I wonder if there's any description down here. Grow the land, build a city, manage your resources, yada yada. So basically you're like taking over the regions, kind of like a Risk kind of version of the game. There's resource management stuff. Okay, establish trade routes and stuff, kind of like you would do in Civilizations. There's your warfare stuff, like taking over one section at a time. This game is a passion project started by a solo developer. You can reach out to me and share your opinion, ideas, and criticism. I listen to feedback. Oh, that's one thing I didn't do. So the developer is Slavic Magic and the publisher is Hooded Horse. I don't know what Slavic Magic is. Let's click their About page. He's got 15,000 followers though. I mean, it's great that it's developed by one person, but I mean, it's an interesting looking game. It does look like something that I would play. I'll add it to my wish list and I'll follow it. I certainly wouldn't pay this price for it, especially not with it being in early access. And I don't see any type of like questing or anything other than build and conquer. That's basically it. I don't see any point other than building and expanding. So it's basically like Civilizations, but medieval style. But I wouldn't pay this price for it. And I really don't like the religious undertones in the game. I've noticed a lot more games with the religious undertones lately, and it really kind of irritates me. And like I said, Frostpunk itself is very religious. And then, of course, the game developers came out with a very religious game after Frostpunk. And then Frostpunk 2 is also very religious. So I'm noticing it more and more in games. And then, of course, with what's going on in the United States, I'm sure it's going to get even worse. So, unfortunately, you kind of can't get away from religion being in your video games. And I wish game developers would take that in consideration, because not everybody likes that stuff. I know I personally do not like it. I do think that it's really cool how they build stuff and whatnot. So if you notice how the framing was done on that roof, where they put the frame up and then they put the like shingles over it, usually that's how a thatched roof is done. They'll put the framing and stuff up and then they just put the thatch over it. That one actually had wooden shingles over it. But the thatched roof just has the framing and then you put thatching over it. And they're tightly woven, so they don't need wood underneath of it to support it. It would completely defeat the purpose of the thatch. So anyways, leave your thoughts and comments down below. Do you have this game? Would you play this game? What are your thoughts on this game? You know, are you interested in it? What are your thoughts on my opinions on it? I mean, how do you feel about having religious connotations in games and stuff like that? Because I know I have a very strong opinion on having religious themes in games, and I understand some games are meant to be religious and other games are not. And then other games, it's like that's all they do is throw that shit down your throat. And I'm like, whoa, back up. I don't need that. I don't want your religion thrown at me every 5 seconds. So I don't know, some people are really turned off by religious games, and other people it's like everywhere you turn, that's all you see is religious stuff in games. And I'm like a little bombarded by some of the ones that I see. So kind of a turn off when I see it in a game. But anyways, leave your thoughts and comments down below. I will see you in another Steam Reactions game very soon. Like I said, I have a few other ones to film. I have to find the name of the other game that I keep seeing a lot on Instagram, and I keep laughing my ass off at it. So I figured, because I keep seeing a little video clips and stuff of people playing the game, I better do a Steam reaction of it, because I had to ask somebody what it was called because I didn't know. Anyways, I will see you guys later. Have a fantastic day or night wherever you are.